back, brothers and sisters of Christ. My name is Brianna and I'm back with another video. And for today's video is wait on your kingdom friends or your kingdom spouse, whatever may have you. So this was another requested video in the comments. Shout out to you, girl. But I'm gonna add some things because I honestly had this topic already in my notes. So I'm gonna touch on a few things. You know, this is something that I've been missing on my journey, and it could get very, very difficult at times. I have my fiance, but I desire to have like-minded friends in Christ. You know, women that's uplifting, encouraging, women I could fellowship with, women who hold me accountable, women who want to talk about God as much as I do. Like, this is the first time in my life that I feel like I don't have people around me that understand or relate to me. Because when you're in the world, it's easy to find people to relate to you. You know what I mean? It's common because everyone is doing all the same stuff. But when you come to Christ, you're set apart. And it's hard to find other people that's set apart. You know, that it's hard to find other people that live in this life for real. But when you in the world, well, when I was in the world, I felt like most people understood me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you need to drink everywhere you go, girl. Me too. You know what I'm saying? You have to listen to rap music all the time. Me too. Like, let's be friends. And it was like really easy to make friends in the world. Like, you can tell a girl you like their hair, and next thing you know, like, y'all friends. Like, making friends, honestly, for me was never that easy personally, because I'm a type of person, like, I like to conversate. Like, I have to really get to know a person to call you my friend. You know, I have to feel people out. I'm not the type to call any and everybody my friend or get close to just any and everybody to this day just because we got one thing in common. But I just see it all the time. Like, it's so easy for people to just become friends with people and call any and everybody their friend. But that ain't ever been me. But anywho, you know, now that I don't drink to have fun or, you know, do most of the things that my generation is doing and the young people, the people that my age are doing. Goodness gracious, it's hot. You know, people look at you crazy. They're gonna be looking like, well, I can't do nothing with you. I can't hang out with you. So finding real Christian uplifting friends is literally like finding a needle in a haystack, baby. Like, it's not easy. It's almost impossible. And not to be fair, though, I will say I don't go many places. So, but still, you know, even the places I do get to go to, it's like, you know, but it's hard finding people that relate. And for this very reason, a lot of people end up compromising because they feel like they're not, you know, a lot of people don't want to be patient and wait on their kingdom friends. They feel like most people they come across is kind of like I said, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And because of that, you kind of lose hope. Like, I'm never going to find anybody that's fully devoted to Christ. So I'm just going to compromise and hang with people that's lukewarm or hang with people that's in the world. And I refuse to compromise when it comes to my walk, regardless of what it is. But, you know, I refuse to compromise in this area as well, no matter how bad I want something. Because when you compromise, you will always be disappointed in the end. Because if you start taking matters into your own hands, you know, befriending people that God never sent you, then those friendships will not be fruitful. You know, they won't be built on kingdom business. They won't be fulfilling. They won't be uplifting like you were hoping for, because God didn't send those people. You know, you just took matters into your own hands to go find some friends. And a lot of times when people compromise with friends and with partners, they end up in unequally yoked relationships, which is never good because it can lead to backsliding, you know, and you find yourself in situations that you weren't even supposed to be in because you're hanging out with people you weren't supposed to be with. And it's so funny because I remember recently, it was actually March 15th of this year. My family was all talking about their plans for the weekend, what they're doing and who they're going to be hanging out with. And I remember getting sad because I was the only person that didn't have no plans and nobody to hang out with. And I had no interest in the things that they were doing, but I was sad because I was like, dang, I'm lonely friend-wise, you know, kingdom friend-wise at least. And I felt left out. I felt alone while everyone else had people. And a lot of times this is how you feel when you're following Christ. Oh my goodness. You always feel left out. You always feel alone. You always feel like the outcast, especially when you're not willing to compromise. So that's a normal thing to feel. It's a normal thing to go through when following Christ. And I talked to the Lord about this, you know, multiple times. I prayed about this. I talked to the Lord like, Lord, I need some friends, some kingdom friends. Like, and I remember after I got off FaceTime with my family, I talked to the Lord, and about 2 hours later, I had watched a video on YouTube of someone that I've been watching for like a year now. And baby, she always hitting stuff on the money. So she began talking about how someone that's watching the video will have kingdom friends soon. And she even went into details about stuff relating to my life. And I was just like, I started uncontrollably crying because I knew God was speaking to me through her in that video. And I knew that he was comforting me and reassuring me through her video. It was just so crazy how she was hitting stuff on the money. But that's not her first time hitting stuff on the money. But, and as I was crying, I began to think and have flashbacks about everything that I had been through with friends and how people treated me, you know, in general. Because I honestly never felt like I had genuine friends. You know what I'm saying? It was always like some weird stuff, some fake stuff, some backstabbing stuff, competition stuff, jealousy stuff, just a lot of different things that was toxic. You know, it wasn't real friendships. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that plays a big part on why I'm willing to wait for the friends that God has for me and not compromise. Because I don't want to go through the same stuff again. And I know that if I don't have kingdom friends, I'm going to go through the same stuff. You know what I mean? So, waiting on kingdom friends is so worth it. And I don't even have kingdom friends yet, but I literally know that it's worth it. And I literally know, like, compromising is not worth it. And just being on the same page with other individuals, being around like-minded individuals, being around people that understand you, that get you in your walk with Christ. Like, imagine being around people that don't try to tempt you. Imagine being around people that don't try to make you compromise or don't make you want to compromise. You know what I'm saying? People that you don't have to prepare yourself to be around because y'all on the same page, baby. Like, I already know you don't drink because I don't drink either. We follow in Christ. Like, I already know you got church in the morning. I got church in, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have almost everything in common. And it's so funny because I remember when I was in the world, I didn't care to have friends. You know what I'm saying? For a number of reasons. But when I came to Christ, friends in Christ was really something that I desired. And the reason being is because I knew that if I am friends with people who truly follow Christ, first of all, they will be real friends. You know what I mean? They will be true kingdom friends that are really for God. And I know that they will be great friends. And I know that they will be different friends, you know, than what I've experienced. Because I'm following Christ and I know how I am. You know what I'm saying? I know the values and morals and what I stand on and what I believe in. So if I find another individual that's on the same page as me, I know that they're going to be a great friend. I know it's not going to be anything like the worldly friends that I had in the world. You know what I'm saying? And baby, a friend of Christ is a friend of mine any day. Like, if you a real true follower of Christ, you could be a friend of mine any day, baby. But it's so funny because I had heard a lot of people saying, like, growing up, like, making friends as an adult was, like, not possible. And just stick to people, you know, like childhood friends. And I used to agree. But after coming to Christ, I realized that that's not true. And a lot of things that we think and how we think in the world is just toxic. And it helps you remain stagnant. And it just makes you put up with stuff you don't want to put up with because you're trying to hold on to things and people that God is probably telling you to let go. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, you're trying to hold on to friends when they follow Christ. And it's not like, oh, you think you're too good and you turn your back on them. But you have to do what's best for you. You know, whether you're following Christ or not, like, you have to do it. And sometimes God calls you and tells you to do those things. But people be trying to hold on to people just because, oh, we've been friends since we was kids. That don't mean nothing, baby. If you no longer have nothing in common with them, it's okay to let them go. And, you know, because a lot of times when you come to Christ, a lot of the people that was in your life before will no longer be a part of your life, no way. They'll cut themselves off, you'll cut them off, or y'all just drift apart because y'all no longer have anything in common. You need like-minded individuals, baby. And when you make friends as children, a lot of times you grow up and you change and realize those people weren't your type of people no more anyway, and that's okay. And making friends as an adult, you already know who you are and what type of people you would like to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're a child, that's not the way you're going to be for the rest of your life. That's not the way you're going to think for the rest of your life. So a lot of times we grow out of those type of friendships. But what I will say, baby, is when I tell you the Lord is everything that you need, he's literally everything that you need. Like, I mean that. He has been truly my best friend. and always will be, baby. Like, no matter what friends he blessed me with, the Lord is always going to be my number one best friend. And with him by my side, with him comforting me, with him communicating with me in the ways that he have been and reassuring me, baby, it makes the wait so much easier. Like, I'm fulfilled in that area, but you know, I still want kingdom friends, but it's just like, in the meantime, in between time, for one, I'm always have the Lord, and I'm always leaning on him, baby. I've been to the Lord about everything. Like, that is my best friend to the end, baby. But yeah, what I noticed, like, a pattern when God makes you wait for a long time for something, that usually means that it's going to be great. It's going to be long lasting. You know, he makes us wait for great things. And as we know, things that come fast and easy leave fast and easy, and it's usually not worth it. And usually the more and when God makes you wait, it's going to be something that's going to last a lifetime, baby. It's going to be something that's so good, it's going to be worth the wait, and it's going to be usually more than what you even asked for, baby. Especially when he sees what you're doing during your waiting season. I always say this because it's so important what you do during your waiting season and how you treat God during your waiting season. Because best believe he's going to bless you, okay, and reward you. Let you be faithful in your waiting season, no matter what it is that you're waiting on. You know, for being patient and for not compromising your values and your morals and your standards and his word. You know what I mean? But there was another important thing that I wanted to mention. I had seen a podcast, and this girl, and she was saying like how she prayed and asked God to prepare her and teach her how to be a friend, a kingdom friend, because she had asked herself, like, am I even ready to be a friend? And that was so good. Like, that was so tea, because I never even thought about praying about that, to be honest. Like, I prayed for friends, but I never thought about praying on my end of the stick. Because I've been a friend in the world, but I've never experienced kingdom friendship. So that's going to be so much more different than being a friend in the world. And it's so much more selfless. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, are you ready for that? You know, Lord, teach me. If I'm not ready, teach me. Because even when I was in the world, there was things that I could have been better at with being a friend, like communication, you know, gift giving, overall appreciation, you know, although they didn't deserve it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that we could be working on in the meantime and in between time. But what she said was so good, because I had never heard or thought of that. Like, I was just ready for friends. But like, what about you? You know what I'm saying? Are you ready to be a friend? You're ready for the friends, but are you ready to be a friend? Are you prepared for that? You know what I'm saying? Ask God to prepare you. Ask him to give you the values in order to maintain your friendships that he may bring your way. But as of right now, my kingdom friends are the people that I watch on YouTube, baby. They don't even know it, but they're my virtual best friends. Like, I love them down. I don't play about my YouTube besties, like, because, like, when I first went on my journey, like I said, I didn't have anybody. Like, I just had my fiance and stuff like that. But, so, the Lord started sending people on my timeline. Like, first it started, I was watching people on TikTok, and then I started, like really YouTube. And I was finding people that vlog and people that talk about their journey, and I learned a lot from them people. Like, baby, them are my friends. In the meantime, in between time. But I did forget to mention that I am a part of an online girl community. It's a YouTuber named Kylia Jackson, and it's a good community to be a part of, but I still haven't connected with anyone directly. But it's a girl community. People, you know, you can, it's like dang near, like, I don't know, like, you can make statuses, like, but I like to let stuff happen, let stuff flow naturally. I'm not going to force nothing. Like, it's nobody that I connected with directly, but I'm in the group. You know what I'm saying? I also do go to church, but my church is very, very small, and everyone is much older than us. So there's nobody that I connected with directly in my age group that I hang with outside of church. But yeah, so things that you can do to try to meet Christian friends is like church, online communities, like I said, Bible studies, Christian events. Yeah, like, try to get out more, because I had seen this other video. Like, I tell y'all, YouTube is my best friend. I learned so much. Like, the Lord be sending people. And this girl was like talking about like how to find kingdom friends, and she was like, you complain about not having Christian friends and kingdom friends, but baby, you don't go nowhere. And I'm just like, oh, sis, you're right, I don't. I was just getting clocked left and right, child. So that's true. You know, we also have to get out. We also have to do things. Obviously, it's going to be things, you know, Christian-based things, so you can find kingdom and Christian friends. But we do have to get out of the house, and try to meet people and try to find people, because as we know, it's harder. It's harder to find Christian friends than it is to find friends when you're in the world. So you do have to find Christian events, go on Eventbrite. I don't know, like, go to different church events, like join groups and communities, small groups, stuff like that, to meet people. But, you know, the Lord may be preparing you or preparing us for the friends that he has for us. I always be feeling like during waiting seasons, the Lord is literally preparing you for what you're waiting for, and for what you're praying for, and for what you're asking for. He also may not want you to be distracted in this season. You know what I'm saying? He may want you to focus on what he's calling you to do first, and then the friends will come. Because that's honestly what I feel like he's doing in my life. Like, honestly, I be so busy with doing the things that the Lord has me doing right now. I'm like, do I even have time for friends at this moment? So yeah. But yes, like, I need real kingdom friends, baby. I'm talking about them friends that brought their friend through the roof so the Lord can heal them. Their faith, because of their faith, the Lord healed. I'm talking about them type of friends, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want real strong friendships. I've never had it. I've never had it. And what better friendship can you have than kingdom-based friendships? Like, let's be for real. But yes, so wait on your kingdom friends. And also a spouse. I didn't touch too much on that. I can probably make another video on that. But even if you're waiting on a spouse, like, do not compromise. You know, a lot of times we think that waiting is suffering, but no, you wait for great things. Great things do not come easy, and great things do not come fast. So just be patient, and just remember to do not compromise, and just prepare yourself along the way. Work on yourself along the way. But if this word is not for you, it's for somebody else, remember, I'm telling y'all this because I love y'all. God bless.